us. We're going to give it about 2 minutes. Thank you so much for being on time today. We're going to let everybody else catch up, and we'll be right with you. Just one moment. Thank you.
Good to see you all.
Good morning. There's so many people. I would have done my hair. What is
most style skiers of Virginia.
We're going to be starting in about a minute or two. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of new demos for our second demo day. Going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Wow, hello everyone. Oh my god, so many people. Hi guys, I'm Noor from Alvi Chain. Nice to meet you all. Let me check how to put my camera.
All right, everyone, we're going to be getting started in just a minute here. Just giving everybody a few extra minutes to arrive. Yep, if you'd like to have your camera on, this is a good time to get it ready. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and put those over in the chat, and we will try and answer them. We're going to walk you through the 9 pitches that we have today. And for those of you who have the type of form, sort of response form or review form, please, be ready to have those out. You can leave feedback on the projects that are pitching and that sort of thing. That's for all of the investors attending. And your feedback helps us put on a better show. So we very much appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and get this started and explain the rules to everyone. So, welcome. I'm not sure how many of you, maybe the investor audience was here for the first demo day as well, but this is our second demo day. It's on an ongoing series by the Odyssey Accelerator by GotBit. Over the last weeks, we've been honored to host an incredible lineup of speakers, including luminaries from DYDX, Sky Vision Capital, Nomics, and Varus Capital. These leaders in the industry have ceaselessly devoted their expertise to helping our project teams craft truly amazing projects, and we thank them very much for their support and their involvement. And the thing to bear in mind is you watch this, that not only are we hearing real projects that are already part of the Accelerator program, but that there's a lot of drama in these events, in that there is a real chance to attract the attention of investors and to attract investment in your project. And so we love to see the projects that we are supporting progress. We've seen monumental progress from our projects at the Odyssey Accelerator. Their pitches and products have been sharpened and influenced by common strategic efforts, and we've integrated valuable feedback from our previous demo day, propelling our team toward even greater success. Obviously, the last demo day was a lot of fun as well. If you got a chance to see it, I think it's fantastic to hear these new projects coming in with their pitches, and we really look forward to hearing from the 9 projects today. I'll get to who those are in just a second. Let's also take a moment to appreciate our investors, those who are joining in our audience essentially today. We're joined by some highly successful venture capitalists, angel investors, and CEOs, and we're proud to have names with us like Delphi Digital, Arrington Capital, CoinList, Cogitant Ventures, and SoftBank, among others. These folks have vision, and they're leaders in their field, and they're very much adding to the overall event by coming and joining us here. That's what's really kind of fantastic and satisfying about this. Not only to see so many talented people presenting really well thought out projects that Odyssey has been working with over the past little while, but also to get the involvement of the investors, which we're going to have a little bit more of today, as we will be posing some questions to investors regarding the projects that they have sponsored and or invested in, and what that experience has been like for them. But for the time being, let me go ahead and take it over to Mark Strelchik, GotBit co-founder. I think Mark has a few words for us. Mark, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, guys. Let's get started. So my name is Mark. I'm one of the founders of GotBit, and it's a pleasure to be here with you on the second demo day of the Odyssey Accelerator. I'm happy to share the progress and achievements our projects have made in the last few weeks. So today, we will show you their awesome pitches, and I have no doubt that you will find them exciting as we do. Thank you all for joining us, and enjoy.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mark. And thank you again, everyone, for being a positive participant in our ecosystem by joining us for this demo days today. It's going to be great. So let me explain the rules. Anything that has any sort of prize at the other end of it has to have, which is to say, you can earn the investment of participating VCs if they're interested, should have some rules in order to keep it fair for everybody. So you'll be given just 3 minutes to deliver your speech. I'm going to keep a stopwatch in order to keep track of that. After every 3 pitches, we will ask some questions related to the projects. So be ready to answer them. And I think we're going to do the pitches in threes and then talk to 3 investors just to see how that goes. We mix it up a little bit, which is nice. That way you don't have 9 pitches right in a row. Maybe that way everybody gets more attention. But the order of the presentations is going to be as follows. Number 1 is movement. Number 2 is Farm XYZ. Number 3 is Kinetics. Number 4 is Firepot Finance. Number 5 is Stable Battle. Then we have Trait Swap at number 6. Number 7 is Interest Protocol. Number 8 is DeFi Helper. And number 5 is Arcana. So that is the rate at which they're going to come in, or the order in which they're going to come in. I'm going to open up my stopwatch real quick.
Hey, Justin, just curious, is Maverick on that list?
I don't see Maverick on the list. Do we have any answer? Should Maverick be on that list? Peter, do we have you on the show? Do we want to add anybody? No. Okay.
So I was invited to pitch today. So
just like Alex, I've been invited as well. Just like Alex. Hello, Alex. How are you? Justin, just a checkup for Odyssey Chain. Are we invited or
Well, that's
Yeah,
the
guys,
script I
I will
have in front of
coordinate
me
with
that I
you.
just
Yeah.
read.
Sorry.
Hey guys,
What's that?
likewise, as the DLT payments, we've been also invited to pitch, and I haven't heard that on the list.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
same here.
it's
I
fine
gone
with
as well.
me. I mean, these are 3-minute pitching slots. If we, need to add a fourth round in order to, I mean, unless there's anybody else who feels they should be pitching today who's not on the list, I would sooner give people a chance than not. I mean, I'll let Pavel and Peter join in, but we'll just go ahead and handle it if there are more people to get into the list. It's fine with me. Well, let's see how this.
Excuse me. I also have the same concern. It's from Fabric. I received an invitation for the pitch.
Okay.
The project name is called Fabric. Yeah, I mean, if it's there, it's there. If it's not,
Nope.
better
I
than next time.
just read off the 9 that I have. So.
All right, Justin, I have an idea. So why
Mhm.
not let us do the presentation of, I would say, a bigger project like us, just in 1 minute. For me, it's fine.
No, we're going to
Hey,
keep
guys.
it fair and even.
Yeah, Justin.
But,
Let's
Yeah.
do it according to the
We
schedule.
don't need 3
I
minutes
guess we will
anyway.
coordinate with the guys later. I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
For Alvi chain, 1 minute, it's fine. You'll.
Okay.
No, man, we will do it according to the schedule. Let's start.
Yeah, it's fine. I think let's just keep a consistent time frame, guys. If we're adding like 4 projects or something like that, it's a 3-minute pitch each. I think that'll be fine. We'll work it in. It'll be okay. So let me go through the list that we have here, and then I'll do the 4 people that just said, hey, I should be on this list. I'll do them as a 4th round. It shouldn't be a big deal. So let's just go ahead and get through this. We'll go through the order of the 9 that we have there. And from there, if you're supposed to be pitching today or you received an order that you're pitching, but you're not on the list, just raise your hand. We'll make it happen. It'll all work out. It's just us after all. We'll be okay. All right. So that's the order of the presentations plus extra. Pavel and Peter, you guys will have to let me know whether we are doing that or not. It is your call. But first of all, we're going to proceed with what we have. We will sort that out. In the meantime, for those of you who are investors who have received the type of form, I bring it to your attention again. I believe we're going to put the link over in the sidebar if it isn't already in the chat. We encourage everyone in the audience to open it. You could specify which projects you want to review and go ahead and review it. It's just a way to give feedback. And also, if you are an investor, or I suppose maybe looking for partners, that sort of thing, looking to do a partnership, you can request to catch up with that particular project. So if somebody's presentation moves you in one way or another, you're welcome to reach out to us so that we can put you in contact with them and give us your feedback, because that's kind of what this is all about. Everybody's being given a fair chance to present themselves and then get some sort of feedback on their pitch. It'll help us further improve the presentation of our participants, and all responses will be kept completely anonymous, unless of course you ask to speak to them as well, in which case they don't see your response, but obviously we'll introduce you. We're also sending out the link to our private investor Telegram group. If you want to join it, you can track the progress of these projects and know about upcoming events as well. This is the second demo day, not the final demo day, of course. This is something we're going to be doing on an ongoing basis. Still perfecting the formula, so you've got to pardon us if it's a little bumpy in places, but it's going to be a fun show today. We also will attach a recording of our demo day, as well as participants' pitch deck and information. Honestly, after watching the last one, I thought that it would make great public content if we decide to do that with it, because I think the pitches are really kind of compelling. It's got a little bit of a game show format, which I like, kind of fun content. And the last one before we go, at the end of the pitching session, we will have an interactive activity. We're doing kind of a quiz roulette thing. We'll see how many questions we're able to fit in with everything else that we're doing today, but it's going to randomize questions and randomize recipients of that questions. If you get one or if you don't is completely a matter of the algorithm, because this is all randomly generated. But it should be a heck of a lot of fun, so stay tuned. It's going to be fantastic. Let's go right into it. The first speaker, you might want to, we're going to start with Movement. And Movement, why don't you go ahead and start setting up your screen? And while you do so, just go ahead and introduce yourself. Just a sentence, your name, title, one or two things about yourself, because this isn't the pitch. We're just saying hi. So who do we have for movement?
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Movement Intern, MVMT Intern on Twitter. Very new project, so I work on operations here at Movement, and excited to give you guys this presentation. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming, and thank you to Odyssey, Ian, and everyone, and Justin for putting this on.
Fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up to 3 minutes, and you let me know when you are ready to go. I'm going to say stop when it's time for us to be over. So you will hear a ring sound if you go over. I noticed that people did a lot to avoid hearing that little bell at the end, because it's kind of it's kind of jarring. But that's what will be stopping you from proceeding. We need everybody to stick to the time after all. Are you ready to go, Movement?
Yes. Can everyone see my slides?
Yeah, Ben, but we don't see you. We see your slides, but we don't see you personally.
No, that's fine if that's how you want to present. It's up to you. But are you ready to go?
Yep, I'm ready to go. All right, we are building Movement, a modular framework to build with Move in any distributed environment. So if you haven't heard of it,
You're mute.
Justin, you're mute.
Ben, I think you're muted. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, your audio cut out.
All
Do you want to take it back?
Yeah. Can we
Let's
start
go
that
back
over?
to the top.
I think someone might have muted me. So if that do I have presenter rights here? Can everyone see this?
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
Yep. Clear on my end.
All right, restarting this. Ready? Okay, we are building Movement, a modular framework to...
Again. You just got cut out again.
I don't know, Peter. If somebody's hitting mute everybody, that might be what's happening there. I'm not touching anything.
Maybe he's pressing a button which be muting and automatically streak A or something.
Brian, I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry, you're off to a rough start here, man. But you keep getting muted. I'm not touching anything, I promise. So let's just go ahead and take it back if we can. Make sure that you're not hitting anything. And if Pavel or Peter, if anybody's hitting mute all, that might be muting Ben. Try one more time.
All right, let's try this one more time. Can everyone hear me right now?
Yep. Yes. I'm not touching anything. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, we are building Movement, a modular framework to build Move in any distributed environment. So if you haven't heard of it, Move is the best blockchain language. It's the most expressive language with the most functionality, and it's more secure than any other blockchain language. It's immune to a lot of the attacks other languages are susceptible to, like Solidity. Move was created specifically for blockchains and solves a lot of the fundamental security issues Solidity and even Rust will never be able to solve. For anything in crypto, if you want to build the best possible product, you got to use Move. The only options to build with Move right now are Aptos and Sui, which are siloed monolithic L1s that also have a whole other list of problems. We're solving this by building the Mocha subnet L1, starting with Avalanche for their modularity, massive liquidity, and diverse validator set for security. But we will very shortly be entirely cross-chain. So our core model is offering Move as a service with the Movement SDK, leveraging Avalanche subnets, Snowman consensus, and warp messaging to solve this cold start problem current Move L1s face, with high TPS, low latency, sub-second finality, and the integration of Avalanche's large liquidity network. All current and future variants of Move technology in a natively interoperable environment with DA layer choices like InLayer and Celestia. Move as a service means builders can harness the power of the Move language with whatever consensus or virtual machine they want. We're starting with Aptos and Sui Move, and as well as ZK Move, but we are going to expand to deploying SVM and EVM implementation with the Move language, with the Movement token and the Movement subnet as the liquidity hub. So let's take an example of what this could look like. If you're Goldman Sachs and you want to tokenize a fund, why not do it with the most secure and expressive blockchain language, Move? Oh, you only have Solidity devs? That's okay. We'll spin up an EVM for you. Want to launch your own token? We have an in-house DEX and liquidity vault already built. The bottom line is Movement is offering the Move language as a service. We have a ton of day zero partners, all the biggest names in the Avalanche ecosystem, Trader Joe, Banky, Colony, and we're the only Move project incubated by Ava Labs. Very experienced team. We recently closed a $25 million pre-seed round, and we're actually oversubscribed, so we're potentially going to be taking checks at $50 million right now, but in the next year, we'll have our official seed round at upwards of $100 million. So the bottom line is Movement helps actualize the modularity thesis by allowing developers the most freedom and flexibility in building with the Move language. Thanks, everyone.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for doing that for us. Sorry about the rocky start. I assume somebody was just hitting mute all to mute the audience. Do mute yourselves if you're not speaking, by the way, just so we don't have any, chatter in the background, that sort of thing. All right, so that was Movement. Thank you. Sorry about the rough start. Kept getting muted. That was a little wild, but we'll be smoother from here on in. Let's go to Farm XYZ. Do we have Farm XYZ with us?
Hi there. Hello, everyone. Thanks for
Hi.
having
Do you
us.
want to go ahead and just introduce yourself for a second before we begin the timer?
Sure. I'm Alex. I'm the founder of Farm XYZ. My background is in tech. I've been programming since I was 8. Been an entrepreneur for the last 10 years. And at the beginning of last year, I started fixing my own issues that I've been encountering in DeFi. And we've been on this ride since then to improve the user experience and the usability of DeFi products for novice investors. And I guess we can go through it.
You're by the way, I didn't say this when Ben was going, but when you have 10 seconds left, I'm going to kind of give you a sign like that. If you want to know at 30 seconds or whatever works for you, Alex, you just let me know. But generally, I at least try to give people a 10-second heads up so you can wrap it up.
Good. Okay,
works. I'm going to go ahead and hit time, and you go.
Hi, I'm Alex, and I'm the founder of Farm XYZ. We are helping crypto newbies build long-term wealth. Meet Bear. He's a novice crypto investor, and for him, the learning curve to invest in DeFi is really, really steep. This is where we come in. We are simplifying and automating the full process and delivering it in a user experience designed for investors like Bear, all while teaching them how to invest long-term. Here's an example of what investing in just one DeFi asset looks like right now. 18 or more steps to do an investment. Using our solution, you can invest in just 2 simple steps in 1 or more assets at the same time. You buy just like you do any other token. We automate everything for you. Then you just sell at the new price. We've got multiple features designed specifically for novice investors. Here's just a list of few. Our simple 2-step process, our automatic funds that help users invest in for the long run, automatic dollar cost average in, and cross-chain investing. Now, what we mean by cross-chain investing is users can connect with any wallet and invest cross-chain without any knowledge of bridging. Our X funds group multiple assets based on different criteria to target a specific risk appetite. This helps users easily set up a long-term portfolio. We've done a lot of stuff so far. Our MVP is live. We've learned a lot from it, and we're working continuously to improve it. So about competition, we've got competition on the DeFi automation space, but we are targeting a different set of users, novice users that don't yet have the know-how to use those advanced products. We're building the features that they need to create long-term wealth. Our business model is based on transaction fees. We've got buy, sell, and performance fees that will be automatically converted to FarmX tokens. And besides the main ones, we also have some additional uses for the token in the ecosystem. Here are our current tokenomics. No time to talk about them now, but I'd be happy to talk about them in private. Our go-to-market strategy right now revolves on doing lots of partnerships. Since we're not really competing with the DEXs or with the strategy building protocols, we can partner up in lots of mutually beneficial campaigns. This is our current roadmap. We've done a lot of stuff cooking and a lot of cool features coming soon. Now, I might be the one presenting the project today, but the credit for this goes out to the whole team. We've been working together for a very long time, built and launched multiple products together, and we're like a small family. We have a diverse set of backgrounds from tech, TradFi, sales and marketing, and so on. These are our current investors and partners. Our lead investor is EX Networks, Empire VC, and Mario Naval's IVC group also invested. We are currently in our token pre-sale. We raised 300K so far from our seed allocation at a 12 million valuation. Okay.
Hey, we're at timeout. If you want, go ahead and you can give us one sentence if you want to wrap it up. I don't want to leave you just hanging.
That's it. The product will be used to develop products, bring in users, support them, and launch the token. Thank you very much. Happy to talk to you more in private.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Alex. And everyone, by the way, if you want to know more about that project, you want to hear more about what Alex is doing with Farm XYZ, use the form. You know, you can comment on the presentation, but it's also just an opportunity to ask to make these connections. I see all these people reaching out and chatting with one another in the group chat, which is actually great. Like, by all means, we only make ourselves stronger when we interact with one another. This is what everyone talks about with, you know, the Web3 being a decentralized community. I think it's good to see anything happening in Web3 where it's a more supportive atmosphere than not. And that's what I really kind of like about these demo days. People get to talk about what they're doing and other people get to learn from it and work together. Let's go ahead and bring Kinetics up to deck. Kinetics, are you with us?
Yep. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Are you? Do you want to go ahead and take a second to introduce yourself while you get your slide set up?
Yeah. Just a moment. I'm sharing the screen.
Okay. Do you want to tell us your name?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Taigan, and I'm co-founder of Kinetics Network.
Okay, perfect. Let me know when you're ready to go, and I will, if you look for it, I will flash kind of a 10-second mark to you, or I could do it at 30 seconds to let you know that, because 3 minutes goes pretty fast. So that's up to you, but I'll do the 10-second. Otherwise, are you ready to start? I'll go ahead and hit the timer.
Yeah, I'm ready. We can start.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Taigan, and I'm co-founder of Kinetics Network. We are developing cross-chain interoperability with a zero-knowledge proof, and I will start from the problem of a DeFi market. In order to optimize the time, I will make a presentation. I just will show you a video presentation. Just a sec. Now I'm comparing different DEXs and bridges aggregators for the gas price. As we can see, the price of gas range from $25 to $75 just for one transaction. And there also might be losses from MEV attacks due to a slippage and losses from the bridges fee. Moreover, the problem is the transaction can take a long time and the gas price changing during this time, which causes a second big problem, is that you are set a low slippage like a 0.5, the transaction can get stuck in the intermediate network. And you will have to repay for the gas, withdraw funds, then restart the swap and pay for the gas again. And the number of failed transactions during a multi-action is huge and can be reached up to 60%. But we in Kinetics team have a vision for solving a problem and want to propose for creating a cross-chain arbitrage market. Let's show a video with a demo version that we already present and built on the ATH Global. This is a peer-to-peer platform based on a ZK proofs. Our task to solve a problem of a slippage and networks fail. Also, they make faster and more efficient. When a user creates an exchange, he can always check that the market maker has a resolver collateral amount greater than the swap. No need to trust resolver. If the resolver does not complete the transaction within 2 minutes, then transaction is automatically liquidated from the collateral, and anyone can liquidate who provide the proof. And anyone can become a resolver to build their own strategies, bridge liquidity between CeFi and DeFi. As we can see, peer-to-peer transaction help to avoid large losses from a slippage, paying additional commission and safeguards costs. And the resolver can receive income from each transaction. In the arbitrage market, you can bypass such a problem as a slippage, Mavericks attack, huge gas price, and there is no competition right now. The token is utility and serves to ensure the security of a network, the extracting of computer power for the ZK proofs, and the maintenance of a relay nodes. Our team with 5 years experience in crypto development, we have already developed wallet, trading bots, now our bots working on 1inch as a resolver. And we have already received grants and investments from angels companies such as 1inch, Polygon, Godbit, Telos, and others. We have already collected 300K and spent it for development. Now we are launching the second round for 2.7 million. Thank you all for your time. Here you can find my personal contacts and my partner Mike, also our social networks.
You're on mute, Justin.
I hate when I do that. Okay, thank you very much. That was fantastic. Thank you, Kinetics. We're going to go ahead and mix up the format a little bit by taking over to some of the investors. We're going to refer to, go over movement, for example, by speaking to Bijan from Varus Capital. Are you with us today?
I am. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So you invested in Movement and you came today to support them. So we very much appreciate that. We just wanted to ask, because we want to feature the investors as well as the actual projects. What led you to support this project? What did you see in it when you saw their presentation? Just a few sentences.
Yeah, so for us, as we look across the crypto space, we see the EVM as just generally like dominant across the space, but we believe there's space for alternative VMs to come in and proliferate across crypto and enable more decentralization and builder experimentation. So I think this was already mentioned in the pitch, but Move enables significantly better smart contract security, which is a huge issue in the space, and also enables theoretical TPS of 160,000 transactions per second. So very big, just because of congestion with existing networks right now. And then lastly, Movement is functionally layer 1, but it's building on top of Avalanche, which unlocks sub-second finality and interchain messaging. And that essentially means there's seamless interoperability between all of the chains that they have within their ecosystem, alongside the rest of the subnets that exist and will continue to grow in Avalanche. And then, last thing to mention was we strongly believe in the team and their ability to execute on their vision of creating a decentralized chain that's accessible to any builders in the space.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you to Varus for participating and for supporting Movement. That's fantastic. We're going to bring the same question to Edward from Empire VC. They are supporting Farm XYZ. Edward, you with us?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hello. So we just have a quick question for you. What made you decide to support the project? What was it that you saw in the project in terms of their vision or their team, etc.? Just a few sentences.
Yeah, so we invested in Farm XYZ around 1 year ago. We were impressed by the tech. We are big fans of DeFi projects. Also, at that moment, it was hype on DeFi projects, especially on Cosmos ecosystem. And we are a big fan of that. We know that Farm XYZ is a multi-chain. It will be a multi-chain token. Beside of this, we know the team. They also managed to build some interesting projects on Web 2. So yeah, we were impressed by the team and also the technology.
Fantastic.
And yeah, we think DeFi will be the future.
Great. Thank you so much, Edward.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for supporting that. I'm going to go ahead and take the same question over to Nikita from 1inch. They are supporters of Kinetics. just in 3 or 4 sentences, we're looking for what was it you saw in Kinetics? What did you like about the project? That sort of thing. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, everyone. So basically, the main reason I invested is that this project just solves my issue, and the team is quite good in terms of the technology stack. I've seen the founders on several Ethereum global events. For me, it's a completely very good sign, as I am also a technical developer. Also, I do see that the team is basically quite well, have quite good experience. They have several projects together. Founders have several projects together before. They have all founded on their own. They are quite adaptive and they are ready to disrupt. They already have brainstormed a lot across solving this issue. And yeah, as a person who actually do a lot of swaps across multiple layers, I can see that it's a big problem right now. And if everyone just tried to swap at least 100K across multiple chains, it's just pain in the ass. And I just see that it solves the issue. That's it.
Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Nikita. We appreciate it. So this is just an opportunity, folks, to hear from the investors as well, from the projects themselves. The 9 projects you're hearing from today are the culmination of this program having worked over the past several months. So to all the other projects, I think that mentioned that they had gotten invites for today. Check those invites and the wording of those invites. I don't know whether it was just an invite to attend or not. But at this point, we are going to cover the 9 projects that we're covering. And aside from that, we can follow the group. And by all means, I'd love for you to try and be part of the next cohort that we're doing here. But thank you for your understanding about that. For everyone else, if you would like to be in the next cohort and you want to put that in the type form, you can do that. If you want to respond to one of the other projects that's already spoken, by all means, you can do that. But go ahead and do use those jot forms. They're incredibly helpful to us. And incredibly helpful to the projects that are speaking today. Let's go ahead to our next group of 3 out of 9. We've got Firepot Finance, then Stable Battle, then Trait Swap. So let's go ahead and begin with Firepot. Hi, Firepot. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Really appreciate the opportunity to present. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Just give me a thumbs up if so.
Yes, we can see
awesome.
it. Yeah, we're good. You want to just introduce yourself and then let me know when you want me to start the timer. I'll do the 10-second thing when you're down to 10 seconds.
Fantastic. Hi, everyone. My name is Ted Zipoy. I'm Chief Innovation Officer here at Firepot Finance. Been in crypto for a long time, dating way back to 2013, but been in from a serious investment and building standpoint since around 2017-18. As a team, we've listed and launched a couple of different projects, but really excited to do something that appeals to the masses this time. So with that, if you want to start my time, I'd love to jump into Firepot Finance, DeFi for your mom. So to get started, would love to touch a little bit on the problems that we're solving. Hopefully some of the screenshots on the right side of this slide look familiar. It's a mess managing cross-chain wallets. Oftentimes you have to have specific wallets for different chains, bridge those assets, and generally it's just very technically challenging, especially from a security level. Because of this, 76% of new users coming to DeFi turn away. The other attrition that users coming to DeFi see is through CeFi. Obviously, we all know the story of Celsius, Voyager, and particularly FTX, and over 14 million users have been impacted by those failures. Between those technical challenges and the CeFi failures, this is not how we're going to onboard the next billion users. Thankfully, that's where Firepot comes into play. What we're building is the true CeFi usability with DeFi innovation. It's a DeFi super app powered by Odyssey that enables our users to say goodbye to confusing wallets, sketchy exchanges, and custodial risks. The first differentiator for us is unified portfolio management. This is the ability to see all of your assets across any chain without having to manage individual seed phrases and wallets. The other unique part about what we're offering is the ability to manage your DeFi positions as well. So staking, unstaking, and auto-collecting, all without ever leaving our app. We also have tools to enable things like Face ID and traditional biometrics, enabling easy access to the platform. We are one of the main developing partners, our ecosystem partners of Odyssey, which is being led by the co-founder of the Algorand Foundation. So excited for that partnership. Second differentiator for us is robo-advisory and smart discovery. So not only are there technical challenges, but there's also knowledge. So new users coming to our space are overwhelmed by the number of tokens and DeFi platforms that are available. It's impossible to know how to get started. What we do is understand their risk appetite and their financial goals and use our AI-driven risk management algorithm to recommend strategies that fit their goals. Additionally, we introduce things like social trading, where essentially our users can subscribe to a favorite trader and automatically their portfolio will mimic those trades. Last thing for us is intuitive automation across all of it, not only dollar cost averaging into your favorite assets, but also the ability to pull out of DeFi pools that are underperforming our security risks. I'll be very quick on our income streams. There's 3 different pieces. One's the exchange level revenues, omni-chain transaction and DeFi convenience fees, buy, send, swap, as well as stake, unstake, and auto harvesting. Secondly is a traditional SaaS model. We're providing premium features to our users, expecting around a 3% conversion rate on that. And then lastly, a couple B2B offerings, such as discovery and highlight features for new projects and an institutional trading platform. Quick note on some of our traction. Today, our community sits over 20,000 members, namely on Telegram and Discord, with a wait list of 17,000. That substantial number, people have heard about our mission and latch onto it, and we hope to deliver an MVP to them this quarter. We've raised $400,000 as part of our pre-seed and just opened up our seed round and have 100K committed to that as well. Won't exhaust the team slide too much. Just want to note that we have over 12 years of full-time Web3 experience in diverse background, not only in cryptography, but also AI. Last slide I've got for everyone is we're raising $2 million at an $18 million valuation. And this is a safe round in form of equity and token warrants, namely getting us 3 years of runway to build our product. Thank you very much for your time and looking forward to follow-up conversations.
Fantastic. You came in right at 3 minutes, which is perfect. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for Firepot for sharing that with us. Going to talk to Stable Battle. Stable Battle, are you ready? Where are you?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me here.
So we're going to take a second to introduce yourself, Igor, and then let me know when you want me to start the timer. I will signal you when you're at 10 seconds.
Yeah, thanks. Sounds good. I'm Igor, co-founder of Stable Battle. I've been in blockchain space full-time since 2017, I think, and this is the first project I co-founded with my friends and colleagues. I can start. Stable Battle is a real-time mass PvP tournament game with a prize pool generated from DeFi yields. We solve main pain points that exist on the current GameFi market. Games are selling NFTs that drop in value. They also reward players with tokens printed from the thin air, which leads to poor tokenomics. Our solution is the new economic model called Stake, Play, and Earn. How it works, players are locking stable coins to mint NFT characters to play. We are pooling these assets to DeFi protocols to generate yield, and the yield itself becomes a prize pool. In case of Stable Battle, clans are fighting for the castle to capture the prize pot. All players can get their deposits back at any time by burning their NFT characters. Free-to-play mode is also in our plans. So users can't lose their money. There is no Ponzi. NFTs are backed by stable coins. Here is how it looks on OpenSea, for example. Our own art, USD provided, working in Aave right now. And in the future, you can think that Stable Battle will also be the DeFi engine for other games. This is the list of our bakers. They supported us on early stage when we elaborated the main idea and architecture. Pre-seed was led by 7X Ventures, Apka, BR Capital, and Angels from strong projects. Right now, we already have beta version for PC and mobile. Stable Battle game is action RPG suitable for streaming and esports. The traction is great with a lot of positive feedback from gamers. We run bi-weekly tournaments on testnet. We have support from EVM-compatible ecosystems, accelerators, and gaming communities. Stable Battle team is globally distributed, 16 people, both from traditional gaming industry and blockchain. We are building everything in-house. Business model allows us to launch this revenue flywheel, providing initial liquidity to generate the first prize pool from the yield. The new players are coming to capture the existing prize pot, and their new deposits are adding to the prize pool again. After that, we can collect creators' fees and also a portion of the yield. The beauty is that creators' fees are sustainable because the price floor of NFTs is always equal to deposit provided. So Stable Battle will have native token called Beer with several utilities, to name a few, staking for clans creation and level up, and also fee sharing. We are raising strategic round at valuation of 9, preparing for the mainnet launch with the goal to start generating revenue in Q3 this year. You can learn more about tokenomics roadmap as well. We have several ways how to scale the game in the future. I'm happy to present, and just a few seconds of video, you can see the demo of the gameplay. This was recorded just 2 days ago. Yeah, thanks for having me here. Ready to answer questions and connect to provide details information about the project.
Fantastic. Of course, if anyone has any questions about this or any of the projects, use that form. We definitely want that feedback. If you want to make contact, use the form. It's really a nice addition to this. That way you can interact with all of the projects that you have an interest in, and also provide feedback on everyone's presentations. We're here to support everyone and help everyone get better at doing their pitch after all. So, you know, it's always helpful. So anyway, great job, Stable Battle. Let's go ahead and take it over to Trait Swap. Trait Swap, are you with us?
Hello everyone. So my name is Bartek. I used to be a developer, but I was also in a national team, like a professional athlete, doing World Cup. I even had qualies for Olympics, and then I tore my ligaments, and that's how I started my entrepreneurship.
Wow.
So I built a company connecting KOLs with brands, which is now the biggest influencer marketing agency in Central Eastern Europe, but was also like all the time interested in crypto. And together with my partner, who is from e-commerce brand, we decided to build some crypto ventures. And yeah, I'm co-founder of Dynamic Labs. I'm also co-founder of Fancy Bears, which is the biggest PFP, one of the biggest community in Europe in terms of NFT. I'm also a Binance KOL, heavy investor in Bored Ape Yacht Club, Bored Ape Yacht Club Dubai, Bored Ape Yacht Club Singapore, Miami, and yeah, let me share my screen.
You have a lot going on, Bartek. Are you ready to present Trait Swap to us today?
Yes, I'm trying. Give me just a second. I'm trying to make
Okay.
So you know that
was bringing it up while you introduced yourself, but you had a lot of things to cover. All right, are we ready to go?
Good now. Can you see it, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
So
Let's
go.
Me know
Dynamic
when you want me to
Labs.
start the timer, and I'm going to give you a 10 second when we're at 10 seconds. Okay.
Okay,
go?
let's go. Let's go. Dynamic Labs. So the problem we see in NFT space is we don't see a real live utilities and use cases, and mainly the problem is also in the standards that we have right now, because they are not too flexible. And because they are not too flexible, it is like literally a token connected just to the metadata. So we are solving it with Smart NFT protocol, the protocol which first of all allows you to store much more data on chain. Second of all, we are adding key value storage, and because of key value storage, you can update data dynamically inside the NFT. So for example, levels in game, experience, a reputation system. But I think what is the most interesting part, your NFT can act as a wallet where you can attach new NFTs into it. For example, when you got a Bored Ape, you can attach wearables. When you got a CV, you can attach a Harvard diploma. So there's like plenty of use cases from digital fashion to real estate. And what we built as our first dApp, it's a trade swap. So I will show you this really fast. So we are able to mint new trades, new wearables for your existing PFP, which is fully interoperable with all the other collections. So here we have the Bored Ape, and then it is automatically updating on OpenSea. Here you can see added NFTs to the space NFTs. Also, you can see levels, added tokens, whatever you want to do. Obviously, the future of the trade swap is in the 3D. So this is like a little sneak peek here. And yeah, our main use case right now is obviously digital fashion. So what we're doing is we are integrating with the e-commerces, doing digital twins for the physical purchases. And this way we onboarded over 20,000 people into the space. We minted over 40,000 NFTs, and we did 10 million in revenue. Like you already know me, my co-founder is coming from e-commerce space. He created over 10 fashion brands. We also built the Fancy Bears. We sold out in 8 minutes for over 1,000 ETH. And we got a lot of partners, both crypto influencers, normal influencers, but also a lot of partners, especially from Web2 space. Recently, we signed a big deal with private jet company to build them a marketplace on top of our infrastructure. We are also doing a really big mint, one of the biggest fashion mints with Diesel, which is going to be innovative because we are using like a Minecraft style crafting to craft new NFTs and burn the old one. And our business model is selling NFTs, of course, secondary market revenue, protocol usage, licensing. We are raising currently 3 million with 23 million valuation. And yeah, we believe it's going to be a $1 trillion market. We just need a bit smarter NFTs. Thank you so much.
Okay. Excellent. So you had a little bit of time to spare. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Great programs that great projects that we have going here today. Really interesting. For investors, fill out the forms in order to receive the decks. We need to hear from you, but we will get those out to you. The decks that are being presented today, which is important. We've only got 3 minutes to go over each one, so it's good to be able to read back over. In the meantime, I'm looking for Rishi from or PR Rishi, a partner at Fluffer Finance. Do we have you with us?
Right here.
Oh, hi. Okay. Sorry.
Hey, how are you?
Sometimes I don't know where my eye to go, where I should put my eyes. So we just want to ask in 1 or 2 sentences, what led you to support Firepot, and what have you been pleased with about the project? What have you found?
Oh, well, I think it's an excellent team. What we realize in the DeFi world is, as they've said, there are multiple exchanges, there are multiple wallets out there. If you're a new person who gets into the crypto world, you basically leave because it's too complicated. So what they've done is they've created a really good integrated solution where somebody who doesn't have knowledge of the DeFi world can come in at a central place with a central UI UX, be able to do everything necessary. And the second part of it is that there are so many tokens, there's so many opportunities, you don't know what is good. So their robo capability to provide you with options that a novice can go in and understand and figure out what are the different attributes based on your risk appetite you can go with and do that. So I believe this is the way the DeFi world is going to get more sort of exposure to normal investors who come from, Web 2. And I believe the team is doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, PR. We really appreciate it. We're going to keep this moving along, so I want to go over to 7X Ventures. Lavinier, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You can correct me if not. Are you with us?
Yeah.
Hi. Okay. So I just wanted to ask you, you're supporting Stable Battle. Would you like to say just 1 or 2 sentences about Stable Battle, your experience with it?
Okay. We invested in Stable Battle about a year ago. So at that time, we were impressed by their idea and trying to experiment to have many interesting experiments within the Web3 gaming space. So they actually combines DeFi Yo together with the core game loop to actually make a very interesting mechanism to actually allow the gamers not to deposit all their money to purchase NFTs instead of just getting a free NFTs, at the same time having the yield, benefiting from the yield. So we were quite impressed by the new mechanics and hopefully it can go well in the near future. I think the time is really to support them in the long run and to see how it goes. But I see the mechanisms really fit the natural very those Web3 communities very well.
Okay.
Thanks, Loninger. Thanks.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. So for Trait Swap, we're looking, let's see. Yeah, who is the investor in Trait Swap? How do you find, I guess we're looking for Diesel. Who is the investor in Trait Swap? I'm not sure the way this is worded. No,
I'm not sure if anyone from Diesel is here. So our investors were on the first demo day, most of them, but yeah, I don't know. Like we are looking for investors, right? So that's what I'm here. So yeah, whoever wants to be an investor and talk on the next demo day why you invested in us.
Thank you, Bartek. That's fantastic. And everyone, again, I keep going on about the forum. Pavel keeps posting the forum. Oh, okay. They're saying I should ask you this question. How did you manage the collaboration with web brands like Diesel? How did that collaboration go for you? What did you learn during it, Bartek?
Yes, so we're already collaborating with more than 6 fashion brands, and also I told you we just recently closed a deal with the private jet company. So my background, as I said, it's marketing agency where I work with L'Oreal, Samsung, Coca-Cola, British American Tobacco. So we get access to all those brands. To be honest, we are Europe-based, and Europe is a little bit not, I wouldn't say skeptical, but really cautious in terms of NFTs. But we also, like right now I'm in Dubai and we closed here a lot of fashion partnerships. So yeah, all my life I was working with like big corporation, like big brands. So this is nothing new. But to be honest, I can tell you the story with Visa. We're talking with them over 1 year to close the deal and to close the mint. So with those like big corporations, it takes a lot of time, and we are in process right now with talking with like around 20 brands like Luxottica, Louis Vuitton, and many others.
Okay, fantastic. And great presentation. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to go on, and just to keep us on schedule, because we do have another 3 projects to cover. We've got Interest Protocol next up on deck. About the forum again, I know that you're going to find each other on Telegram, connect on LinkedIn and so forth, and you'll do that regardless. I would too. I don't blame you. But use the contact form, because not only does it benefit all of the projects, but it benefits Odyssey itself, just because we're doing a thing here trying to help bring up this cohort of projects. We like to see that what we're doing is effective. So if you use the forum, not only do we get the feedback, which then we can track to improve the show, but also we get to keep track of what kind of connections we help build here, which gives us more reason to put more energy into doing the demo days and that sort of thing. It's just a very positive thing all around. So use it if you can, even though I know you'll connect everywhere else too, which is fantastic. That's great. But let's go to Interest Protocol. Interest Protocol, are you with us and ready to present?
Yeah, I'm here. Just share my screen.
Hi, Jose. So why don't you, while you're getting your screen set up, just go ahead and introduce yourself. Let me know when you want me to start the timer, and I'll give you a 10-second sign to let you know that you only have 10 seconds left if we run the timer down.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm Jose, CEO and co-founder of Interest Protocol. I also act as CEO and CTO, as I'm the smart contract developer. I'm ready to start. So
okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit the timer. Go ahead.
Perfect. So Interest Protocol is a DEX, lending, and stablecoin protocol on SUI. Why all 3? Well, let's go to an example to make it clear. So a user can deposit liquidity in our DEX to earn trading fees plus the governance token. Then he can post that same liquidity on the lending protocol as collateral to borrow a stablecoin for free, basically no interest rates. If the stablecoin, it goes back to the DEX either to swap or provides liquidity, spinning up a super DeFi flywheel. We are building our TVL by providing pools without impermanent loss, safe yields, and cheap leverage. The protocol has 2 verticals, a DEX with 2 trading algorithms. So imagine Uniswap and Compound and Curve together, so we can provide the best prices in the industry, and a lending protocol that supports isolated lending at a native stablecoin. We make money by taking a percentage of the interest rate paid by borrowers, and on the DEX, we charge a trading fee on the volume. We have traction. Over 20,000 unique addresses have interacted with our protocol. We have our community is growing, over 35,000 followers on Twitter. Over 15 partners with all the big names on the SUI network, including CUNS, Ethos, Path Network, and Wormhole. Why now? Why SUI? Well, we believe that SUI will be one of the biggest layer 1s with over 10 billion TVL. That's because it is the fastest with over 300,000 DPS and uses the Move language, which is superior than Solidity in every way, especially for DeFi. We have competitors. They do offer great DEX solutions. However, we are more than just a DEX. We really bring the value by combining the DEX with a lending market and a native stablecoin. The token has utility because it is deflationary. We're going to use revenue to burn the supply. It gives you governance rights, such as deciding which tokens to list on the lending market, and has a max cap of 1 billion tokens. The tokenomics are conservative, and we have very attractive cliff investing schedule for our seed and private investors. We launched on the mainnet on Q2 with an audit from MoveBits. Next quarter, we're going to focus on the IDO, launching the lending market and the native stablecoin to get the things going. We have a team of 9 people, 4 developers, vast experience in the crypto space. For example, our marketing director has taken over 5 projects from zero to launch. We are asking for $750,000 at a $15 million valuation. Why it's a great investment? Well, we're investing at seed stage with a live product that has traction, sound tokenomics. The token makes sense, has a revenue model. The code is open source and audited. Thank you very much, and let me know if you have any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Great job, Jose. That is fantastic. Let's go ahead and take it over to DeFi Helper. Who do we have with us from DeFi Helper?
Hello, Justin.
Hello.
This is Vladislav from the first demo.
Hi, Vladislav. Nice to meet you. Why don't you go ahead while you get your slides set up, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, just a second. So I'm sharing my screen.
Do you want to just say a sentence or two about yourself before we start the timer?
Yep, as usual. So check this thing and I'll open my notes. So my name is Vlad. I'm CEO and founder of DeFi Helper protocol, and we are building a multi-chain non-custodial DeFi management assistant app. And we truly believe that it can be the next big thing for the mass adoption in crypto and DeFi. So I think we can start.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to start the timer. I will give you a signal when we're at the 10-second mark if you're about to run over. There you go. We're started.
Yeah. So when we developed the DeFi Helper, we found the core problems in the blockchain and the exchanges. First of all, it's very complicated to invest in AMM for the average user. So really, I tried to explain my grandma how to invest in version 3, and no chance. By the way, here's my grandma. With DeFi Helper, you have a chance to explain your grandma how she can invest in the DeFi. The second, you don't have any stop loss and take profits for the liquidity providers. So you have to manage all the risks by yourself manually. If you will try to invest in several blockchains, in several protocols, it will be a very big problem to manage your portfolio. And everybody knows about the FTX, so centralized solutions are not so secure as expected. We have a solution. We build a multi-chain non-custodial DeFi management assistant app, which allows you to do the stop losses, allows you to do the auto-staking, auto-rebalancing, and it's a pretty unique feature. We have offline tracking, and the Telegram daily notification. So we'll just send you in Telegram how much you have, how much you need to claim, and etc. Everything here is non-custodial, audited, and across chain. We targeted for, first of all, for crypto guys who invested in some protocols before, but we deeply understand that we need to create the most simple UI UX as we can, because mass adoption can be only with the newcomers. We have experienced crypto team. Me personally have about 20 years experience in crypto, and my team focused on blockchain products for the past 5 years. Revenue model is also simple. We'll charge you a $1 fee for every completed automation, like auto-staking, stop loss, and rebalance. We have notification packages, and one thing we can talk in person, so we will have a shared fee about automating portfolio manager fee in the future. We closed a pre-seed round for $500,000 with a Big Brain Holdings as lead investor and several VC funds in last year. We have 8,000 connected wallets, 2,000 portfolios, and 12% connected Telegram accounts in the DeFi Helper. It's pretty amazing. You have a direct contact to the user, and you give him a personal advice where he needs to invest. It's amazing. So a short summary, we're a non-custodial app to provide the stop loss and rebalancing. We have offline tracking, Telegram notification, and Zap-like functionality. So you just need a single token to jump in or jump out to any universal free pools. We are fully live, deployed on 12 blockchains, 800 protocols connected, the Spirited Crypto team, and we are working for a year. We are searching for $1.4 million on the seed round, and I think with Odyssey and our investors, we will close this round in a couple of weeks. Investors in DeFi Helper, which will control the whole protocol. So we use the compound governance protocol to control the whole protocol, the blockchain standard. DFH token holders will earn the protocol fees and will have the early access to the new features. Let me show you a short demo how the application works. Here's my portfolio. You can see my balance. You can see my assets.
That's time, Vlad. We've actually got to wrap it up. We're at time. If you want to just give us a sentence or two so that you're not left hanging, we've got to wrap it up now.
So we are only app which provides you to do stop losses and take profits on innovation free. So I think that's all from my side.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Vlad. By all means, fill out that form in order to get the full deck and ask any further questions or provide any feedback. I believe that we are on to our final and ninth speaker of the day that's presenting their pitch. It is Arcana. Are you with us, Arcana?
Yes. Hi, Justin.
Hi there. How are you?
Doing well.
So Mayor, while you get this set up, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself while you're setting up your slides, and you let me know when you want me to start the timer. I will give you a 10-second warning before you're out of time. So just let me know.
No, sure. Sounds good. I'm Mayur. I'm the founder and CEO here at Arcana. I've been working in tech for the past 18 years. I've been in the blockchain space for the past 6 years. So I'm here to talk to you about what we are doing.
Fantastic. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm handing the timer now. Go ahead.
Great. All right. So at Arcana, we are building what we're calling the ultimate Web3 toolkit. What it is essentially a stack of SDKs that developers can easily integrate into their apps and go to market much faster. In today's day and age, building smart contracts or whole DeFi apps is actually quite simple. But if you wanted to build something that had a certain depth of interaction, it starts to fall apart. And the reason for that is that developers now need to kind of piece together 4 or 5 disjointed protocols, all of them having extremely steep learning curves. This is what we want to solve at Arcana by becoming like the proverbial Firebase for Web3. Arcana will provide a stack of modular SDKs that developers can pick and choose from and integrate in literally a matter of minutes, allowing them to go to market faster, but more importantly, allowing them to focus on their core value proposition. The first such SDK that we've already launched in February and is seeing great traction already is Arcana Auth. And what it does is actually quite magical. What it allows is for users of applications that integrate with Arcana to basically log into these apps with just their email or social logins and instantly get a non-custodial wallet right within their applications. So now they can completely do away with installing third-party extension, managing seed phrases, and all that jazz. We do have some competition in this space, but customers are tending to kind of pick us, not only because we are the fastest and cheapest solution out there in the market, but also because being hands-on and really addressing the needs of these customers in a timely manner is literally like culture at Arcana. Since launch, we've had 70 plus projects sign up to build with us, and we keep adding 10 or more projects every month. In terms of revenues, we keep it very simple again. Developers essentially sign up to simple SaaS-like subscriptions and pay as they go. Even payments themselves are abstracted away to allow them to pay with a credit card, so they don't have to deal with the regulatory hassles that come with holding and transacting with cryptocurrencies in various geographies. XAR, or the Arcana Network Token, derives its utility by ensuring the security of the network. Arcana will be launching its own app chain, which we're building on Polygon Supernets, and delegators can basically stake their tokens against the app chain. Value accrual is actually ensured through a simple but powerful mechanism of buyback, where 100% of platform revenues are actually used to buy back the Arcana token from the open market. In terms of our roadmap, we intend to launch 1 or more products every quarter, all of it culminating into our token launch, which we hope to do in Q3 or Q4 of this year. In the past 2 years, we've managed to put together a fantastic team that cuts across every imaginable discipline of like platform building. And we're also backed by some of the top investors in the space, people like Balaji Srinivasan, Sandeep and JD, the founders of Polygon, and also top funds like Republic, Woodstock, DCG, and Fenbushi. In our current round, we're looking to raise 1.5 million. We've already raised 900K of this, and the funds are essentially going to be used to kind of ensure
so
that
that's time. We're at time, Mayor. If you want to go ahead and wrap it up, just give us a sentence or two. We've got to do the conclusion.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, great job. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and ask a few questions of the investors in these programs. We're looking for Wals Simois, who is the advisor interest protocol, to tell us a little bit about what made you decide to support that project. I'm correct me in the pronunciation. I'm sorry, I didn't practice that
Hello,
one.
guys. No,
Hi,
hello.
Good.
So it's João Simões. Is a Portuguese name. It's one of the hardest names to pronounce, actually. But anyways,
I should have practiced it. Sorry about
exactly. So I've been into the crypto market for about 10 years now, seen many projects, many interesting projects coming and going. And when I saw Interest Protocol, I really saw like an amazing team, visionary team, with very young also, but already with a lot of experience. And what really keeps me excited about Interest Protocol is the functionalities and is the fact that they are already taking a step into the future, especially with the fact that it's a lending platform too. And we are now seeing all the banks coming from Web 2 to Web 3. And when I see Interest Protocol with all these functionalities already jumping into financial instruments inside crypto, I see something that is completely in the future. And on top of that, the fact that the team with just 2-3 people working full time, they were able to go from 0 to more than 20K people in the community, from 0 to more than almost 500,000 transactions already done. So the fact that they're working fast, they are literally already in the future where the banks are still way down the road. They already are up in the mountain. So I see this project rising and easily going for $1 billion valuation in the next few years.
Okay, well that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you for supporting Interest Protocol. That's fantastic. Thank you to all of our investors for showing up today and for working with these projects. We're going to DeFi Helper. You know, we're looking like how DeFi Helper. Are you with us? I think that your investor isn't here today. So if we have a question directly for you, which is, you know, if I'm already somewhat, Vlad, if I'm already somewhat of an experienced and a DeFi investor, if I already have a level of experience, maybe 2-3 years in the space, maybe I'm staking, you know, doing some liquidity pools, something like that, yield-bearing coin tokens and so forth. How is your product helping that person who already has kind of an intermediate level of understanding?
Yeah, so it's very simple answer. So if you try to invest in some liquidity pools before, you need to manage the risks by yourself manually. So you need to visit website every hour, every day. I don't know how you're managing your risks. With DeFi Helper, we'll do the stop loss for you, take profit for you, and also we'll do a flashbot protection. So we are using the private nodes to do the transaction. Also, we have our own algorithm for auto-compounding your gains. So we will claim your rewards and take it back to the body of the deposit, which will boost your whole APY. So this is for crypto guys who are investing in something.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that answer, and thank you for joining us today with DeFi Helper. Let's go over to investors in Arcana. We're looking for Drew, who is founding partner at Paradigm Shift and Paradigm Shift Ventures, and Craddock from Woodstock Ventures. Are you with us, both of you? I hope you are.
Hey, hey Justin. Yep.
Hi there. So the first question goes to Drew. You know, what made you decide to support this project? What did you see in it?
Absolutely, yeah, and thanks for getting the pronunciation of the name spot on. So,
Mayur, it was easier for me.
Great. Right. So Mayur and team at Arcana are exceptional folks. We've seen them build, you know, through various bear cycles, through bull cycles. They've sort of seen, you know, the market, and yeah, I mean, experience really counts, right? And experience in this space and sort of seeing ups and downs really sort of teaches you about life and about startup building. So project building, and of course, I think they've done an exceptional job at that. So we've known them for a while. We saw them, you know, come up with this project, which was supremely inspirational. And I think just sort of building tooling for the Web3 space is a no-brainer in the sense that, you know, that's going to be one of the first sort of key adoption layers, because I think everyone moving from Web2 to Web3 will need to use, you know, tooling solutions like Arcana's. And I think they're poised to sort of take that market by the, you know, the bull by the horns. We are sort of creating, you know, a global VC fund, and Polygon founders are also LPs in the fund. So we sort of also spoke to both Sandeep and JD about it, and they love the team as well. So we co-invested along with them, and it's been fantastic. So we wish Arcana all the very best, and it's been fun.
Fantastic. And Craddock from Woodstock Ventures, also, like, what did you see that was unique in Arcana? You know, what made you believe in this project, and how has your experience been so far?
All right, yeah. By the way, very well put, Drew. So over here at Woodstock, we have an internal framework, a 5T framework that we call it. So team, traction, timing, technology, and total addressable market. Arcana is one of those companies in our portfolio that checks out all of these 5 criteria that we have for projects when we look for them. The team is exceptionally strong. We've been in touch with them for almost 3 years now, and this also comes up with participation in all the rounds that Arcana has raised so far. I'm personally very bullish on the products they're building. And if you think about it, right, as Mayur presented, the tools that we're building here at Arcana are simple, but they're much, much needed to capture the next leg of user adoption within Web3. This includes auth, this includes very simple cloud storage, this includes hundreds of other products that Arcana is working on the back end. And we're really looking forward to what the team builds next.
Fantastic. So thank you everyone for participating today. We've gone through our 9 projects, but we've we're always trying to mix up and make the format a little bit more interesting. So now we're going to go into our roulette round, where I believe are randomly selecting we're randomly selecting projects, and then we're going to ask them randomized questions. Before we do that, I just want to thank everyone for joining. We're going to send the deck out to everyone with participating projects information, so be able to get back to their pitches and key metrics. Of course, always use the forum as well. That's another great way to just immediately be able to make contact with whatever project spoke today that you're interested in. We're also going to attach a survey regarding which projects you need to connect with, and of course refer to our Telegram private community link, so you'll have a hand on the pulse regarding the progress that our participants are making. I believe that Pavel's been putting it in the chat repeatedly, but he's going to post that type of forum thing again. Also, he's going to post our Telegram link. And just for good measure, I'm going to post their Twitter account as well, just because, I mean, it's some version of Odyssey_GotBit, but it's not easily explained. So go ahead and look at it. If you would like to follow me, by the way, I'm @Sensible on Twitter. I've been on Twitter since 2016, I believe, or 2014. I've been on Twitter since 2007. I've been on Twitter I'm super old. I've been on for a long time. So anyway, this is not the final demo day, of course. It will be scheduled sometime soon. We're all inviting you to participate. If you already know which projects you want to invest in, we encourage you to be there and check out their progress within the Odyssey Accelerator program and see the results of our combined work. And thank you everyone for just being here and being a positive participant in our community. But we have 15 more minutes of entertainment coming up, because we're going to pose some more questions. A new segment to Demo Day, the Roulette Challenge. This is where preparation meets chance, and our teams will have to think on their feet. We have 2 wheels here, one with fundamental and tricky questions, the other one with our ambitious projects. We've got 9 stellar projects in the spotlight today, but I think we're anticipating we're going to get through 5 questions. It depends on how quick the answers are. Let's go ahead and try and keep the answers to about a minute-ish, so I will keep an eye on that and let you know if we're, minute 30. So buckle up, everyone. We're about to go ahead and spin that wheel. Not to leave the suspense hanging for too long. Let's get going. So first of all, we're gonna spin it to pick out which project we'll be answering the question. So go ahead, Pavel, or whoever's spinning. Oh, look at the zoom. That's nice. All right. So Farm XYZ, as everyone who's not in the U.S. Says. You are the next contestant, and we're going to spin this wheel to ask you all of these abstract questions. Okay. So
that's simple. We have a bear as a
well, let me say it for those who aren't looking at their screens, those who are listening. If your startup was an animal, what animal would it be? Go ahead.
Not simple. We have a bear.
Okay. Can you say a little bit about why it would be a bear?
Well, right now it's a bearish time, and the bear is working very hard to build a long-term storage, right? Long-term store of value.
But not a bear in hibernation right now. A bear hunting, I imagine.
Not a bear in hibernation.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. We're just having some fun. So let's go ahead and go back to the project wheel again and randomize a project to ask the question to. I think you need to go back over to the project wheel. Yeah, there you go. Great. There's interesting little animation. And we've got a question for Movement. Do we have Movement with us?
Yes, thank you to Rollbit for providing this casino infrastructure.
You know, I didn't know that it was going to look this good. I just saw a beta yesterday, but you know, I love it. Let's go ahead.
I'm going to hop on the Bitcoin roller coaster after this is done. And
well, yeah, if you're yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, or Pepe coin if we're looking to get more into the gambling thing. Go ahead and spin that wheel, Pavel or whoever's doing it. What motivates you to move forward the most?
To move forward the most. I like that. You know, we here at Movement are big believers in the modularity thesis. So I think that the way, you know, I don't know if there are any Solana maxis or anything here. Don't mean to offend. But I think the way that we onboard millions and eventually billions of people onto blockchain is we have to create a really seamless experience. So in the future, I think, you know, this is going to rely on a lot of improvements in bridging and interoperability. But the way that I envision blockchains in the future is there are going to be millions and maybe even billions of different chains one day. Like every business will have their own chain, kind of like every business has their own website today. And the way that we actualize that is you have to make the experience as customizable as possible. So you get to use whatever virtual machine you want. Say you want to use utilize the Move language with the EVM and with the SVM and get Ethereum security. There are a lot of challenges to that now, technical challenges to that now, but I think that's the path forward, and that's what Movement is working on, is actualizing the modularity thesis, and what we're contributing to that is the Move language. Anyone who wants to use the Move language in whatever way they can, we're going to make that possible for them.
Fantastic. I love it. So, you know, I've just gotten the word from the producers here that we can go ahead and do 9 questions so that every project gets an opportunity to get a question. I believe we've already done Movement and we've done Farm XYZ. Is that correct? Are those the 2 that we've done so far? So I'll just go directly to the next one. Rather than, yeah, let's go back to the question wheel because I will just pose this next question to Kinetics and then go down the line so everybody gets one. Sound good? You want to take us over to the question wheel, Pavel or Peter, for whoever's running it? There we go. Fantastic. I do love these wheels. Great job, guys. All right. So this is a question for Kinetics. Let's get ready and let's spin that wheel. Okay. How do you describe the potential of your project as something who knows nothing about blockchain, crypto, or Web3?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's why we're doing it, because right now DeFi is too much complicated market. So you need to have a lot of experience and knowledge about how to use Web3, especially if you want to do something like cross-chain. Movement liquidity between different networks. You need to understand what is slippage, price impact, what is Mavis attack, what is gas in native coin in your first network, in intermediate networks, what to do if something goes wrong. For example, if your transaction stuck in the intermediate networks, how to withdraw it, how to deploy contract, pay gas. It's too much complicated for sometimes like professional players. They don't like to spend the time on it because it's not profitable, not efficient. And that's why we're doing right now, because it's a huge market on a problem, as Nick from 1H already mentioned it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us today. Let's go ahead and take it down to the next project on our list, Firepot Finance. Firepot Finance, you ready? We're going to go ahead and spin a question for you. No doubt it's going to be great. Yeah, we're ready. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and spin. Which percentage of total raise will go toward buying Pepe, Doge? You know, I present also Ben tokens from BitBoy's token that he just came out with. Very popular, these meme coins right now. So what percentage of your raise is are you gonna sink it all into Doge? Because you can tell us, it's okay.
I don't think we're gonna sink it all in. I would say we'll do a split between Doge and Pepe. Let's go 60% Pepe and 40% Doge on that.
It's good to diversify. That's the safer move. All right, perfect. That was kind of fun. Let's go ahead to Stable Battle. Stable Battle. We're going to go ahead and spin this for you. Go ahead and spin and give us the question, Peter or Pavel. Whoever's doing that. So how did the team come together and decide to start this project?
Yeah, I'm also speaking about this. We were working together since 2020, being the part of investment team in VR Capital, and we saw hundreds of pitch deck of Web3 gaming projects, and decided to build something new, innovative, sustainable, and so on. That's how we, established the base layer, and after that hired, let's say, developers from traditional gaming and so on. That was quite natural a way to establish a project, seeing the problems and trying to solve them.
Okay, well, perfect. Thank you so much for taking that question. We appreciate it. And let's go ahead. Our next project, Trade Swap. This is for Trade Swap. What will you do if Bitcoin drops to 10K?
To be honest, I wouldn't change my plan, because we are here totally for the long term. And when I really think about like future of digital goods, I always say it's gonna be nearly like a generation shift. So for example, for many people, buying things that doesn't exist in real life, it's like a totally mental pivot, right? And for the kids who are already doing it in gaming, on TikTok, everywhere, they do it. They just understand it. So we are here for so long-term game that, to be honest, I totally don't care what's gonna happen with Bitcoin in like next month. So I would just keep to my plan, just keep building, and just do what we are the best. Not really speculation.
All right, well, perfect. I think I'd go be on Twitter weeping with all the other people on Twitter if it went down to 10,000. But that's perfect. Let's go ahead to interest protocol and spin again for a question. What is the number one quality about your team and your project that investors can rely on?
We are online 24/7. Just speaking with the Pipe Oracle, and they asked us, we're live on the testnet and mainnet. When can you integrate? And I told them this Saturday we're gonna integrate you guys. And I got really surprised. Only Shads integrate on Saturdays. So yeah, we're always available, currently open on Saturdays, Sundays, always building.
Fantastic, great answer. Okay, we're going to we just have a couple minutes left. We only have two projects left to shoot a random question to. So let's go for DeFi Helper. Let's spin that wheel one more time. We're ready. Are you ready to spin the wheel, Pavel or Peter? There we go. And this is for DeFi Helper. What were the main difficulties you encountered during development?
To be honest, the blockchain is not so simple. So I'm from Web2 world. I worked in the big companies, but when I joined the blockchain world, at first time it will be like technical, beautiful technical thing that I can use. But right after that, I feel that it's a blockchain, it's other rules, and you need to understand it. So the more difficult thing here was to understand how the blockchain works. About a couple of days ago, we had a problem, very interesting problem. So we used a big number to count some numbers, and it was a bug here, and we tried to fix it back for about 2 days, just because there are big numbers and the poll function would not work good with the blockchain numbers. So you can see the difficulties in any step in the blockchain, and our mission to solve these difficulties for the end users. That's why I'm telling it every time. We need to do the most simple interface and solve these problems for our users. So we are solving these problems.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Vlad. Let's go ahead and ask the last question of Arcana. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel. What 3 qualities does an entrepreneur need to have in Web3 when bringing a project to light? That's for Arcana.
3 qualities. I think number 1 would definitely be like sticking to product fundamentals, which is basically well established in the Web2 world. Because if you try and degen your way, you can be a flash in the pan, but it won't last. I think number 2 is definitely fiscal responsibility. As a founder, you definitely kind of need to have your eye on how much is there in your treasury, because if you don't, then in this space especially, you could burn through the capital really, really fast. So it's very important that you have that. And the third would be to be able to kind of identify the right sort of people to work with. It's very easy to kind of band together a bunch of friends, people you met at a hackathon and things like that. But, you really need to look at the bigger picture and find people who you can delegate to. If you're young yourself, find adults who can be in the room. Those sorts of qualities definitely need to be there. You need to be able to delegate. You're on mute, Justin.
I was just stopping the timer. Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I think, honestly, I like the way that we added a few more different kinds of questions. We're featured the investors as well this time, which is a good thing, because they are an important part of this process as well, after all. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. You can follow me at Sensible on Twitter if you want for any kind of updates. I will repost everything that is updated around here. You can also follow the Telegram group, the Twitter for Odyssey as well. And we will be doing this again soon. We'll put out that announcement. If you have any questions about the program, you would like to be part of the next cohort, or you would like to just know a little bit more about one of the projects that spoke today, we would really love your feedback. So use the form for that. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We've gotten through a lot of great content in a lot of different ways, and we're just about exactly on time. So very, very pleased with that. But thank you, everyone, for taking the time to positively participate in today's show. I think it was a fantastic success, and can't wait to do it again. So thank you, everyone, and thank you all the speakers.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. All right. Well, you have a great day, and thanks for being here. We'll talk again soon. Fill out that form so we can, always be improving the show. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Also, join our Telegram group. We'll send the doc with all of the pitch decks in it, so you guys can keep in touch with all of the progress that our project's making. Thank you.
Thank you, Pavel. That's great. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and join that Telegram group and fill out the form for any further information. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for the great work you're doing in the Web3 space. Very positive day. Can't wait to come back and do it again soon. All right, so peace. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.